Lamadit, everyone! Are you ready for a quick trip to Europe? Today, we're flying to a country that's green, peaceful, and full of charm. Welcome to
Island. Joe.
Welcome to Ireland.
And I was running far away. Would I run off the world someday? Nobody knows, nobody knows. I was dancing in the rain, I felt alive and I can't complain. But no, take me home where I belong.
Today, to learn more about the geography of the island, I'll be introducing Ireland. And to help us understand where is it, I'll be using this globe. First, if you look at the globe and find Europe, you'll see a small island on the upper left side of the continent. That island is divided into two parts. The larger part in the west is Ireland, also known as the Republic of Ireland, and the small part is the Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom. Next, if you turn the globe slightly, you'll notice that Ireland is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean, which is why the country has a cool and rainy climate. Its capital city is Dublin, and the official currency is euro. The people are called Irish, and they speak two languages, English and Irish Gaelic. Now, let's get into the flag. Its flag has three colors, green, white, and orange. Green stands for the Irish Catholic, orange for the Protestants, and white for peace between them. Fun facts about Ireland is Ireland has more than 30,000 castles and ruins. So, if you love history and photography, this country is definitely a dream destination. Now, let's travel back in time to where Ireland's story began. Thousands of years ago, the Celtic tribes arrived on the island. The Celtic tribes were the first known people to live in Ireland, arriving around 500 BC or more than 2,500 years ago. They came from Central Europe and brought their own language, art, religion, and traditions. Then came the Vikings. The Vikings were seafarers from Scandinavia or the modern-day Norway, Denmark, and Sweden who started arriving in the island around 8th to 9th century AD. At first, they came as raiders, attacking coastal monasteries in towns. But later, they settled and built communities, and they helped develop many Irish cities, especially Dublin, which they founded around the year 841, Waterford, and Limerick. The Vikings were skilled in shipbuilding, trade, and craftsmanship. They brought new tools, coins, and trade routes that connected Ireland to the rest of Europe. Over time, many Vikings married Irish people and blended into Irish society. Later on, another power came, England. In the 12th century, the English king Henry II invaded Ireland and claimed it as his own. Over the centuries, England sent settlers, took Irish lands, and introduced its own government and religion. By 1801, Ireland was officially joined with Britain under the Act of Union, forming the United Kingdom. But the Irish people never stopped fighting for their freedom. After many struggles, wars, and protests, Ireland finally gained independence in 1922, becoming the Republic of Ireland we know today. Now, let's travel around Ireland and visit its top 5 tourist attractions. The first stop is the Cliffs of Moher, one of the island's most famous natural landmarks. These are giant cliffs standing over 200 meters high, overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. Next, we visit the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland. This place looks like it was built by giants, but is actually made by nature. It's a stretch of over 40,000 hexagon-shaped rocks formed by ancient volcanic activity. According to Irish legend, a giant named Finn MacCool built it as a bridge to Scotland. Now, we move to the capital city, Dublin. Here stands Dublin Castle, built in the 13th century. It was once the center of British power in Ireland, but today it's a symbol of Irish independence and pride. Inside the castle are grand halls, museums, and beautiful gardens. It's a must-visit for anyone who loves history and architecture. Our fourth destination is perfect for travelers, the Ring of Kerry. It's a long, scenic road that circles through Ireland's countryside. You'll see mountains, lakes, beaches, and colorful villages, all in one drive. It's like nature's version of a road trip.
What should that mean?
And finally, our last stop is in Dublin again. Trinity College, one of Europe's oldest universities. Inside, you'll find the Book of Kells, an ancient handwritten manuscript created by monks over 1,200 years ago. It's one of Ireland's greatest treasures, full of colorful drawings and Celtic designs. Now, let's dive into the famous dishes in Ireland. The first one is the Irish stew, often considered the national dish. This is a slow-simmered stew typically made with lamb or mutton, potatoes, onions, and carrots. The second one is the Dublin Coodle, a traditional Dublin stew made from sausages, bacon, potatoes, and onions. The first one is the Aran sweaters. This is the distinctive hand-knitted sweaters with complex stitch patterns, traditionally from the Aran Islands. The second one is the Irish tweed, a hand-woven wool fabric with Donegal tweed being a famous example. When you think of Ireland, one famous festival that instantly comes to mind is St. Patrick's Day, a vibrant celebration filled with music, dance, parades, and of course, lots of green. Held every March 17th, it honors Ireland patron saint St. Patrick, who is said to have brought Christianity to the island. But beyond its religious roots, St. Patrick's Day has become a global party where people from all over the world come together to celebrate Irish culture, heritage, and that is legendary Irish luck. Whether you're in Dublin or New York, the spirit of Ireland shines bright during this unforgettable festival. Another festival in Ireland is the Puck Fair August. The Puck Fair is one of Ireland's oldest and most quirky festivals, dating back over 400 years. Held in Killarglin, County Kerry, the festival centers around crowning a wild goat known as a King Puck as the festival's monarch for 3 days. The town buzzes with traditional music, dancing, food stalls, and horse fairs. Now, let's talk about the facts about the country Ireland. Did you know that there are no snakes in Ireland? Yes, that's true. No snakes in Ireland. Legend says St. Patrick chased them all away. Well, actually, there is no snakes in Ireland today, and it's not just because of the famous legend about St. Patrick's chasing them away. Scientists believe that after the last ice age, when Ireland was covered in ice, snakes never made it back to the island because it was separated by water. Unlike mainland Europe, Ireland was cut off by the sea, so snakes couldn't swim or cross over to settle there. The second one is the Titanic was built in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Yes, the Titanic one. Ireland is the second biggest tea drinker in the world, after Turkey. You know that their locals joke there is, if you don't like the weather, just wait for 5 minutes. Well, this is a popular saying in Ireland because the weather there changes very quickly and often. You might have sunshine 1 minute, then rain the next, and then clear skies again shortly after. Now, some people say that in Ireland there's no night, but is that really true? Well, not exactly. Now, let me explain something. Because Ireland is pretty far north, the land of daylight changes a lot with the seasons. In summer, especially around June, the days are super long. The sun can rise as early as 4:30 in the morning and set as late as 10 at night, so it might feel like it never really gets dark. The twilight lasts a long time, and the nights are very short. But don't worry, Ireland does have nights. They're just much shorter in summer. On the other hand, in winter, the days are much shorter, with only 7 or 8 hours of daylight, so the nights get long and dark. To sum up, Ireland is a beautiful island known for its lush green landscapes, rolling hills, and dramatic coastlines. Its unique geography shapes not only the scenery but also the way of life for the people who call it home. Ireland's rich culture is full of music, dance, storytelling, and art, traditions that have been passed down for centuries and continue to thrive today. From the lively sounds of the fiddle and bodhran to the warmth of the Irish language, there's a strong sense of community and pride everywhere you go. Traditional celebrations like St. Patrick's Day and local festivals bring together to honor their heritage and share joy with visitors from around the world. As the Irish people say, Garan mi agat and Slán live. Thank you and goodbye.